Hello again. This is a short lecture to introduce you to the literature review assignment. This assignment's due week 4. So this semester that makes it due September 24th. If you click on this link here, it'll take you to the assignment page. This is where you'll be turning it in, but also where you can get instructions. So the instructions are here. You'll download that. There's an example here. There's also several in the back of the book I'm going to talk about in a sec. So the assignment itself, you can earn up to 50 points. The expectations are in the rubric at the end of this. So if you go to the next page, this will tell you exactly where the points are coming from. If you go back up, it says the review should be at least 2 pages, but not more than 2.25 pages of text. I'm not going to be very strict on that. However, you should try to stay within those guidelines. So the instructions are first to produce a title page in APA style. In the book, on page 525, it gives you an example of a title page. So that's on page 525 in the book. What's awesome about this book is it walks you through an example of an abstract and an intro, methods, sections. It even goes into results, which you won't have to do for your proposal. And it talks about the references. So it starts on page 525. It's definitely worth going to take a look at that in the book. So on the next page, after the title page, produce an abstract in APA style. This abstract is, so this is outdated, so note that the abstract should incorporate any feedback you have received from the TA or instructor. So this is not overly important, this part, since we're not going to be giving you feedback directly yet. The abstract, it's good to put one down. I'm not going to be grading that specifically. It's definitely going to be based on the review of the literature. If you've cited things, the hypotheses that we'll talk about in a minute, and then the style, just if it is APA style and the writing's clear. The description and justification, this is more, does the topic look relevant and interesting? So those 3 things are where it's going to be. I'm not going to grade the abstract, but it's good to have one that's just kind of in the works. There will be an assignment later on that is specifically about the abstract, and I will grade that. So on the next page, begin the literature review. So the literature review should include, first, an introduction to the topic that includes an explanation of why the topic is important. So that should be the first thing in your paper. Just introducing, the first paragraph can be just, this is a topic, and give a quick synopsis of why it's important. The next thing, an integrated overview of earlier studies related to the research question. And here we're requiring at least 4 peer-reviewed articles. In general, to get a really good lit review, you're usually going to need more than that. But that's what I'm going to hold you to. You need at least 4. But the most important thing is you back up your claims. If you're making a claim, you need to make sure that it's backed up by some prior research. The last thing is the research questions, the scientific hypotheses, and justification for your hypotheses. So this example one that I have here, which I pulled up, its last paragraph provides this for you. It talks about what the study is about, just a very superficial view of it, and specifically their hypotheses here. So take a look at that to see how this can be structured. That example is really good at doing it this way. Because you're going to be citing, on the last page, produce an APA style reference page. You can also see that in the back of the book. There are reference managers that can help you, things like Zotero. or Mendeley. Those things can help you cite, and it manages your citations well, so you can look into those. The last thing, of course, submit the assignment through Canvas. Since this is an online class, option 2 is not available, so through the Canvas site for you. In the rubric, each of these sections you can see are worth 10 points. So if you show good justification for your topic and you show that it's important and relevant, you'll get 10 points. If you find the 4 literature papers and integrate it well into the writing, then you'll get 10 points here. If you just have 4 relevant peer-reviewed articles that are properly cited, you'll get 10 points there. 10 points for the hypotheses being clearly stated. This is one of those things that isn't always easy, but you need to be very clear about what you believe would happen in your study. You haven't done it yet, so you don't know, but it's really important that you put what you believe will be the case. And then the last thing is more, is your writing style professional? Do you have any grammatical or syntactical, typographical errors throughout? If it's clear, cohesive, it tells a story well, you're definitely getting 10 points there. The APA style should be flawless. It should be right on point. 8 points, you still get 8 points if you have a few issues with APA styles, but the writing should still be good. You'll get 0 points here if it's just a mess and I can't make any sense of it. So that's a rubric. Hopefully you've started to look through the literature like I requested in week 3 or week 2. Now that it's week 3, you really need to start writing. Make sure you have each of these pieces in there. So an introduction to the topic, the literature review with studies cited, and your hypotheses and justification for those. If you have those, you'll get full credit and you'll be good to go. Again, a good example in the book is on page 525. So reach out if you have questions. Also, there's the question board here. So for each week, you'll see the question board. Sign up for that so that you see the questions that are being posted, and if you have questions, post there. Usually, in my experience, if you have a question about something, other people also do, and so we can help each other out. And if there are any other questions beyond that, especially stuff relating to your specific topic, please send them to me. I did not include this as an assignment, but often it is where you need to contact me first. I do recommend it, contacting me to say, this is a topic I'm thinking about, this is the direction I think I'm going. It can be really good to get feedback from me early to save you the trouble. It's not required, but I do recommend it. Either way, next week I will see your literature review and I'll give you feedback on your topic as well. You won't be graded for that necessarily beyond the description and justification, but I will give you feedback.